What's up, guys? Back at you with another one. How are we doing today? We've got a man like Kevin going up against a big Frontline. Another classic pro player smackdown between these two guys. Now, the reason I picked this game, right? The reason I picked this game is because there was some of you might have remember about a week ago, a little bit, maybe a bit longer than that, 2 weeks ago. There was some discussion about these two guys and who would win in like a show match or best of 5, best of 7, whatnot. And my boy Kevin was getting slated in the chat by the Twitch noobs for saying that Frontline is on another level. And I quote, is on another level. Now, I wasn't going to take that. I was not going to take that laying down. So hopefully, Kevin, can you prove me right? Or is Frontline gonna prove me wrong and show you what a scumbag you are? Come on, Kevin. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Frontline. I think Frontline's a great player. He's a really nice guy. I love watching Frontline. But Kevin's my boy. Kevin's my boy. So we have to kind of pray for him here. And it's a classic matchup. Dutch v Otto as well. You can see here, Otto, of course, going straight for that TP. And he's going to be picking up ancient inscriptions, teaching the true origins of the universe. I don't see anything on here about a big bang. I mean, God. Just kidding. So, ancient origins and artifacts and all that good stuff. And Kevin's going to be picking up hides. Pretty nice. Okay, let's have a look at the decks. Pretty standard here from Kevin. I like advanced artillery. Very, very much like advanced artillery. I think that's very, very good for Dutch. Do I like 12 Swiss pikemen instead of Bosniaks? No. I think Bosniaks, you know, that's very vanilla, having that in your deck, as opposed to Bosniaks. Bosniaks, I feel like, are just so good because if you want siege, if you need siege or anti-cav, just get halberdier. Doing basically the same thing. Whilst Bosniaks, Hussars do not do the same thing. Bosniaks, bang, they're in there. You don't have to get veterancy text for them. All that good stuff. Bang, they can change the game around just like that. So can Swiss pikemen, though. So can Swiss pikemen. So, you know, it is what it is. Only 14 villager age up. So usually the normal amount is 15. But obviously, maybe got good. I did see him get a gold treasure here. So, you know, or maybe he just felt like he could age up quicker and got a food treasure. That's exactly what he did. 80 coin now, coffee beans. So that's going to be really nice because he's not going to have to put any villagers onto gold. And trying to squeeze in a bank and that villager in queue the moment you age up can be very tight. And especially when you're with 14 villagers. So getting that gold treasure is probably perfect for him right now. Not only that, you know, he's picked up other gold treasures, so he's going to be on 70 coins. So that's really, really good. Frontline, just a smidge in front of the age up. This is Otto, so that's no surprise. Gone for a very standard build here, the mosque, TP, and house. In transition, he's got getting hunting dogs. Oh, okay, the plot thickens. Going for the Sudanese. I called it Sudanese. That's such a meme. It's Sudanese, but we call them Sudanese. Like the Howdanese. Okay, nice. Going for the red Sea Wagon trade. So with that, what's he going to put down? Maybe an artillery and barracks? Maybe 2 towers. If he goes for an FF. He could very much go for an FF here. Okay, no, he's going for TP Stagecoach. Okay, so the Quartermaster pays basically for the TP and then the Stagecoach, which is 400 wood in total. So that's nice. So he's calculated this really, really well. He is going to need wood, though, for a house, for housing. So it looks like maybe we're being aggressive here, going for barracks and a stable. Nice. Kevin's going to scout that, though, so he's going to see exactly what's coming. Perfect timing with the scout there. So can't do much else with the Sudanese. Like, there's not much else you can do with them. I mean, there is that, but that's quite expensive, which is good, but it's mid-game type kind of tech. Is he going to make Dervish? No, they're really not that good. I mean, they are, but only in certain circumstances. So, yeah, I mean, you're basically getting them for this. Kevin going for a Cav start here. Nice base building. Is he going to pick anything up with the Cav? No, Janissary is coming out. He's currently on 17 vills. Managed to get four Hussars out, which is not bad. Looks like he went for the bank wagon start here. So he's gone, you see he's 2 banks. So the classic, you get the bank in transition. You age up with the quartermaster. That gives you the stable and a house. And 2 houses, but you went for a market and a house. And then you ship the bank wagon first, which gives you that second bank. You can then go into 700 wood and then build banks that way. So it's a very old school build, like the 2 bank semi-Hussar. Very old school build. Been in the game for as long as I can remember. Even back in the vanilla days, this was a thing. So it's kind of crazy how like there's builds like this which have literally been in the game since 2000. Well, since I can remember, which is like 2000. Let's say 2000. Let's lowball it and say 2008, 2009. So for over a decade, this has been a decade and a half almost. This has been a build order that people have done, and still to this day, that build order is still a credible build. It's kind of crazy, right? I love that. I love that. You know, it's a timeless classic. It's a timeless classic. Even back then in the the early 2000s or the mid 2000s, or even the late 2000s, people still had, you know, they practiced these build orders down to a T and got them to max efficiency. Kind of crazy, man. And all the people that put those thought processes into those build orders, most of them don't play anymore. But they created this legacy, which is still going strong today. And I love that. I love that. It was a team effort. But enough of the nostalgia. We are up to 4 banks now. So after the bank wagon, he went 700 wood, 600 wood, and went heavy into banks there. Managed to get that barracks down as well. So looking in a decent position. 4 banks, you know, with 2 military buildings and 8 pikes on the way. This is looking scary for Frontline, even though it says Frontline's up in score. I don't know how Frontline's up in score. He does have double TP stagecoach. But how many villages? Frontline's on 23, Kevin's on 20. So they're on the same village account, but Kevin's on 4 banks and Frontline's on 2 TPs, and 4 banks are way better than 2 TPs. Okay, 3 delis coming in. Maybe that's going to be his timing. Yeah, doesn't want to get picked off. He's going to lose a couple of Jannies. Ugh. Is Frontline doing it here? No, surely not. So nice clip by Kevin, even doing like 10%, 20% damage to a deli there. All adds up. All adds up. So smart stuff there by Kevin. Kevin going to be getting cocky now, I imagine. Yeah, so he's going to feel confident that he can push out here. It's always a risk. Always a risk. TPs are on wood. So that's going to... Basically, he's going to have all of his villagers on food and gold. And he's going to leave his TPs on wood. And that's going to provide all of the population that he's going to need from houses. Still the Sudanese, but again, not doing much with it. Does have the option of going Berbers as well. Might be able to transition into Berbers, get some Berber nomads, even get some Berber camel riders might be a really nice idea, but definitely for the Berber nomads to kind of add to that that eco that he's going to need against Dutch. And that's a lot of Delhi. That is a lot of Delhi. Basically the best H2 cav in the game. You know, they're just so good. They are just so good. Technically the most expensive, though. More expensive than Hussars, technically. Very close. Pikeman going in. There's not much, like, he needs Abbas guns to deal with these pikemen, like, particularly well. He does have a decent amount of Jannies, but I don't know. Yeah, I think the Delhi are going to come out on top, but there's just enough pikemen there, I think, to do enough damage. Minutemen doing some good damage here as well, but I don't know. It's close. Is there going to be enough Delhi? There is going to be enough Delhi. 4 more coming in as well. That could be a problem. Delhi needs to go on the skirmishes here, not the Minutemen. Let's have a look. We're going to see if Frontline has it. Sorry, Kevin has it coming in. I wasn't going to look, and he does. About 7 or 8 pikemen coming in to save the day. Even with that full deli. I mean, that full deli could have come forward there, but I think he'd still be okay with that pikeman. So nice push by Frontline, but I think Kevin just about holds on. He loses most of his mass. However, his remass is going to be nice because, again, he's on 4 banks. He is on 4 banks. And 28 vills. I don't think he lost a single villager there. 27 vills for Frontline. So, again, the villager count's very, very close, which is to be expected in this matchup. Nice remass of Deli, though. Double rack skirmisher. But he's got no anti-cav. He's only got a handful of pikes still. And there's a decent amount of Yannis here. Yeah, he's going to have to really rely on these choke points. The maybe villager pools here. Pikeman getting stuck in. Hiking away. But I think this is going to be good for Frontline. We've got nothing in queue, Kevin. Nothing in queue. Hey, come on. You've got so much gold. Buy the wood. Buy the food. Could have even bought a lot of food there to get envoy spams as well. Kevin could have done better there. Get that market there. Now he's buying stuff. Okay. There's not that many Jannies, so these pikemen are going to be able to compete against all of this with TC Fire. Okay, looks like he had 700 food on the floor, so he's just picked that up. He's in an awkward position where, like, he's got so many resources, like, could I just age up from here? Probably. Because he desperately wants those Reuters. He desperately wants Reuters. But he's got nothing to poke. But there's not that much siege. He's got a couple of weak delis here. Frontline macroing to age up here as well, which is great. And getting an imam, which I really like. Always talk about this imam and how, you know, it's not just for big HP units. You know, use it for masses like this. And it's a really nice transition period that he's about to come into here. So he's about to age up. He's going to want to wait till the age up, wait till he gets his shipment in age 3. You know, wait till he gets veterancy techs, all of that sort of good stuff. So the imam now can just come in. And because he's in that transitionary period, he's not really going to be doing much with his units. So he can just chill, get the imam there, and start healing these delis. And Hero, which has got 400 extra HP, it could potentially soak if it was to get healed. So really nice play there with the imam, which is coming in. So age 3 coming in. He's aging up fast yet. The Exile Prince, Kevin. He's already in age 3, so Exile Prince for him as well. And he's gone into age 3 here in a really, really nice position. He's not really lost any villagers. If he has, only 1 or 2. He's at 4 banks, and he's already got the infrastructure down that he needs. He's got 2 barracks, and he's got a stable. That's all he needs. That is all he needs. So all he needs to do is pour villagers into gold and food. He can buy wood if he needs to build houses, and just spam Reuter skirm. And this is exactly where Dutch want to be. Ship that classic 9 Reuter, one of the best shipments in the game, honestly. Such a good shipment. And now he's all hunky-dory. Frontline building. Oh, look at this. Frontline has built an outpost just so he can ship the 2 Falconets so they don't have to walk all the way from the TC. And his Falconets are going to pop. But no, behind the outpost. Oh, no, the pikemen are going to do well there. Surely the Reuters as well. No, Frontline, not like this. Can I get a higher? My boy Frontline. That was such a genius thing to do as well. Bring in the outpost there. So his first shipment, which was the 2 Falconets, didn't have to walk all the way downtown to get up here. The outpost also provides a bit of extra security and map control. Loses villagers as well. Oh, that was such a big brain idea by Frontline, but it was executed very poorly, and he is gonna be slapping himself for not putting those falconets behind the outpost. He didn't need to risk that. He didn't need to be that greedy. No, he wasn't ready. But Kevin capitalizing on that flump by Frontline. He will take that. He'll take that all day. Because with those two falconets, if those two falconets were, you know, he could have, look, this choke point would have been almost impossible with the Janissaries to try and snipe those two falconets. Those two falconets would be a menace right now. Like, Kevin would have had to have prayed to try and get a good Reuter hit on them, and that just wouldn't have happened. And then he could have used the falconets to encroach on these banks, start harassing them. Oh, this could be a huge turning point in the entire game. Losing those two falcons, which is often a big trump card that Otto have against Dutch in this matchup. Still 2 TPs. No veterancy Jans. He's deciding to go for Azaz, which is nice because they'll trade really well versus. They'll do super well versus the Reuters, and he puts them on melee. And does he have a timing here? Kevin is going to be kiting for his life. And the best kite in the game is Reuter Skirm. It's so satisfying kiting with Reuters because their hitboxes are so incredibly small. For a cavalry unit, Reuters have such a small hitbox. They clamp together, which is really good because they maneuver really well. They almost move like shock infantry rather than cavalry. But again, even in tight formation, they move better than shock infantry. There's just something about Reuters that their hitboxes are insane. Okay, Kevin going in for round 2. Is that 1k coin coming in? I think it is. Yep, 1k coin coming in. He's got an artillery foundry down. I smell falconets incoming. Kevin just piling away 39 bills compared to Frontline's 31, so he's pulling away now, even on the villager count. Still on going strong on 4 banks. 8 halberdiers coming in. I like that. Maybe for like an extra bit of weight, a bit of extra siege. And don't forget, there's never a bad time as Dutch to send halberdiers. Because even though you're making Reuters, you have to think about Mamelukes. You have to think about Spahi. And yes, Reuters will do well, but not before. Oh, a nice villager kill there. Cheeky little raid there going on. And there's nothing better than Reuters having that meat shield defense of the halberdiers, which will tank the initial blows from the Spahi, and the Reuters can just rain down damage on the Spahi. So it allows your skirmishers to escape as well by having that halberdier, which acts as the body block. You always want that body block meat shield. You can't just skirm goon alone most of the time. So halberdiers, really good shout here. He's even made a double batch of halberdiers as well, which is really nice. And he's got a lot of siege. So they look, 41 siege compared to Reuters 7 and skirmishers 16. So having that extra bit of weight applies pressure a lot better than, again, other anti-cab by having that good siege. So very nice stuff there. 4 falconets, though. 4 falconets. Boom. No. Oh, dear. What? Kevin trying to compete against... He almost killed one, but that's never a good idea. Skirms versus falconets. And, yeah, Frontline's going to immediately push because you know what's going to be coming. Already in queue. Wow, yeah, already in queue. And artillery foundry is down. I don't like that artillery foundry placement. But what Frontline knows, the moment your opponent sees artillery, he's going to straight away go for the counter and get an artillery down and get culverins. He needs culverins ASAP. Frontline knows this, and he knows he needs to dive into the base, either siege down a TC or do damage or find the artillery counter. He wants to make sure there is absolutely zero response from Kevin here. And this is why I said this was a terribly placed artillery foundry. Always, guys, top tip from Lion right now. If you see your opponent go falconets, always build your artillery behind your TC. Always, because they're always a good player will dive in like this with his falconets, knowing you don't have a strong counter yet. So he wants to get in there, do as much damage as possible before he gets a chance, before Given gets a chance to get those culverins. And this is just beautiful play right here from Frontline. TC5 finishes off one of the Falconets just before the Imams can get there. That is huge shame. But take down 2 banks. That's 1,400 resources. It's going to finish off with a bank as well. That takes it up to 1,500. Great stuff here by Frontline. And Frontline, is he going to back up or is he going to dive in? Okay, he's going to back up here, which, again, very smart play. He's got in there. He's done the damage. He saw that artillery. He knows his sixth sense, his spider sense is tingling. And he knows that culverins will be on the way. And rather than risk diving in, trying to find the artillery, he's just going to back up there and get some culverins himself. Great stuff there by Frontline. That may have given him an avenue to get back into this game to win after that atrocious 2 Falconet pop. He may have just redeemed himself there. Going down for a second TC as well behind this. Very nice. Takes 2 banks of his down of his opponent and gets more eco himself. Very smart stuff. He's going for Enduring School. Is that the... I would probably prefer... no, that's good. He's got a lot of ASAPs, so that's fine. Oh, my goodness me. Kevin not scrimping on the artillery himself. 5 culverins coming in hot. Compared to the 3 from Frontline. I like the culverin, but... yeah. Against... oh, but he... oh, no! Kevin! Sleeping on the job, and Frontline got the advantage there because he unpacked. He unpacked first. Oh, this could be huge. Oh, I know the Reuters get in there. The Halberdiers are being a menace here, and Halberdiers gobble up Azap. And I tell you what, even though that was an initial bad trade for Kevin, he's just got too much stuff, and that was good micro by him as well. And Halberdiers just an absolute menace. Look, against pure Azaps, Azaps have to try and kite, and it's it's not a good time. You're not having a good time if you're Azaps here.
Evet.
Kevin going to be sieging down the artillery. I'm surprised we never saw any Berbers from Frontline. 3k score deficit. That's fine. That's normal for Otto. Oh, 3 Falconet pop with the Reuters again. Are we going to see a big Reuter catch? He's taken 1 down. Loses a few Reuters, though. Okay, putting his Azat in stagger mode. Bringing his Explorer in there to slow this Culverin down. But Azaps at range are going to struggle to kill this thing. Falconets need to get in range. Okay, he's got 1. Okay, he'll take that as long as the Reuters are going to finish it. Oh, yeah. That's risky, but yeah, the skirmishes are destroying the Azaps. I think he'll try and turn and shoot for 1 more shot with the Falc. He will. And that was actually a dodge. That skirmisher actually kind of dodged. Because it didn't kill a veteran skirming 1. Okay, so. Oh, halberdier raid. You love to see it. Imagine getting raided by a halberd. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is looking dicey for Frontline right now. Villagers up for sale. It's 2 for 1. Come and get them. And how does Frontline get back into this game? He's shipping 6 hours ago. He still hasn't shipped his best shipments. It's 5 Spahi. Why the fuck does he have Bosniaks instead of Mamelukes? I have no idea why. I have no idea why on any realm of any existing universe in the bubble universe we clearly exist in, you would ever want Bosniaks over Mamelukes. Just 9 times out of 10, Mamelukes are better. Mamelukes are literally like the best mercenary shipment in the game, maybe apart from Spahi. So, of course, Otto get the 2 best. Okay, finally we see Berbers going down, but Is he going to make units from there? Is he going to try and get eco from there? Okay, Azaps and Avasgun pushing forward here, cleaning up a nice batch of Reuters there. That's, you know, even a batch of 5 Reuters is still expensive. It's a lot of gold. Okay, Delhi's coming in as well. Is he going to try and go for base trade here? Kevin has got back to 4 banks. Shipping the infantry cards. So he shipped the age 3 infantry combat, infantry attack, and now he's shipping infantry hit points. So yeah, all of his units are really, really strong. His infantry, look at this, 260 HP halberdiers, skirmishers with 180 HP. And I'll tell you what, Azaps have really good siege attacks, so Kevin going for, there's not really a base trade. I mean, there is, I think there's a lot of villagers in here. No, there's only one. So actually, this is probably a way Frontline can try and get back into the game here. Oh, are we going to see a pop of halberdiers? We might see pops of halberdiers. He's diving in with some halberdiers, which is nice. They connect as well. And look at how much damage they do. They've got 3 upgrade cards. Oh, my goodness me. A pop of 10 more coming in. The TC Fire was dealing with the Abbas guns. There's only 1 left. Smart stuff here by Kevin. He wanted that TC down Frontline, but halberdiers, 36 hand attack. Azaps do not have melee resist. Delhi's trying desperately to find some villagers. 8k score difference right now. It's looking good for my boy Kevin. What did I tell you, boys? I don't want to jinx anything. The best way of trying to quick wall to stop these Azaps. Yeah, that was always going to fail. Delhi getting caught. There are the second TC's gone down. He's on 34 villagers. Kevin is on 48, almost max villagers. Kevin also getting some Berber nomads as well. So he's going to get like 55 villagers. You can get up to 60 with that as well. And just like that, he calls GG. Kevin, that was a good game. Kevin taking the game off my boy Frontline. Now, in this game, did you ever at any point see Frontline being another level than Kevin? I consider both these guys very close in elo, very close in skill. And my boy Kevin pulling through for me. I had no idea who was going to win that. This is straight off the ranked ladder. Yeah, that was a fantastic game. Well played to both guys. This game could have gone very, very differently if Frontline didn't lose those 2 Falconets for free. If they came out behind the outpost, I don't know, Kevin could very easily have lost this game. And I think that right there was the deciding factor. All it takes, guys, is 1 bad mistake. Even the pros make mistakes at times. I make lots of mistakes because I suck, but yeah, lots of villagers down for Frontline. He still had, yeah. I mean, it was close, actually. Look at the resources gathered. That was closer than I thought it was going to be. Somehow, Frontline keeping it super close with the double TP stagecoach. Maybe that was what was kind of given in the game. He did have the map control as well, but Kevin pulling away at the end. It was a fantastic game. Very close, very high level. Hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I will catch you in the next game. Peace.